Here to talk about these developments further is the Vice President of the Institute for Constitutional Government at the Heritage Foundation, John Malcolm. Thank you for joining us.
Good to be with you.
So back in February of 2016, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell chose not to hold a vote for President Obama's Supreme Court nominee Merrick Garland, saying that should be held for whoever is elected president come November of that year. Now he and other GOP senators say they will vote for President Trump's nominee since the same party holds the presidency and the Senate. What is your take on all this?
Well, so Mitch McConnell actually was quite clear at the time and said that we had divided government, at least between the two bodies that matter for the confirmation process, the presidency and the Senate. The House has no role in the confirmation process. There were a lot of other senators, of course, who just said, well, the Supreme Court's on the ballot. We need to see who the American people choose. Suffice it to say, there are senators and politicians on both sides of the political aisle that are, chewing on the words that they said in 2016. I mean, we have a history in this country of many vacancies that have occurred during an election year. In those instances in which the presidency and the Senate were controlled by the same party, the overwhelming majority of them were then confirmed, and in instances in which the presidency was controlled by one party, the Senate by another, either the Senate chose not to take up the nomination or the nominee was voted down.
Now, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said if GOP senators move forward with filling the Supreme Court vacancy before the election, then nothing is off the table. What could be the ramifications since there are some vulnerable GOP senators up for re-election this year?
Well, of course, he has no control over how the voters in those states are going to vote. A couple of things. One is the House has mentioned the possibility, although I can't conceive of their doing it, of impeaching either the president or Attorney General Barr to try to get those articles of impeachment over to the Senate so the Senate would stall in this confirmation effort. Really, what I think he's talking about is if the Democrats keep control of the House and they take control of the Senate and they win the presidency, they will blow up the legislative filibuster. And among other things, they will pack the Supreme Court by passing a statute increasing the number. Mind you, they might do that anyway, even if this nominee isn't confirmed. But that is one of the threats that they are not only threatening to make, but I think would do.
Exactly. That's one of the fears that many people have been saying is that they could try and pack the Supreme Court and moving that number from 9 to 15 or even more than that, maybe even making D.C. a statehood. So there's a lot of fears surrounding that. And as you said, it's interesting to see how House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is reacting to this, even though the House doesn't have any sort of say in the Supreme Court vacancy regarding they don't have any votes. But she may try to, as you said, bring up impeachment to try and stall that effort. Now, the top two contenders on President Trump's shortlist are Amy Coney Barrett and Barbara Lagoa. But some pundits and Democrats are expressing concern that their decisions could be influenced by their religious views and not how they interpret the Constitution. Could this actually deter some GOP senators from voting them in?
I sincerely doubt it. Both Barbara Lagoa and Amy Coney Barrett were asked about this during their initial confirmation hearings. Amy Coney Barrett was grace under fire when Senator Dianne Feinstein said that the dogma lived loudly in her. And Barbara Lagoa was confirmed by an 80-15 vote. Amy Coney Barrett has been a judge on the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals since 2017, has written over 100 opinions. There is no indication that her religion has affected any of those decisions. Barbara Lagoa has been a judge on the state courts since 2006 and has written hundreds of opinions. And there is no indication whatsoever that she has somehow been guided by the Pope rather than by the law.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens. We know that President Trump, he's going to make that announcement this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be interesting to see, or maybe there could be a wild card in there that he announces. But John Malcolm from the Heritage Foundation breaking down everything regarding the Supreme Court vacancy, as this is such a hot button topic ahead of the election. Thank you so much again.
Pleasure to be with you.